Okay, so let's start from tissue today. So, as we have already discussed earlier, that cell is the basic functional and structural unit of living beings. So, just like a building, our body is made up of. A single unit in a building is a brick, like that only. Single unit in living body is cell. So, collection of bricks is making a wall of a building, right? Like that only, collection of cells making tissue in living body. Is it clear? Collection of some cells which are having particular means similar structure and function, that is tissue. Here it is, cells are grouped together to form tissues, each of which has specialized structure and functions. For example, blood is a tissue. Muscles are example of tissue. So, cells are grouped together to form tissues, each of which has specialized structure and functions. Groups of cells with similar structure and functions are making tissues. And for example, if we are taking example of blood, then in blood we can see RBC, that is red blood cells, having similar kind of structure. All the red blood cells in the body having similar kind of structure. White blood cell, platelets, these are making blood. And in case of skeletal muscles also, skeletal muscles having particular type of shape, size. So, group of cells with similar structure and function making tissue. So, mainly there are 4 types of tissue you can see in this picture also. Epithelial tissue, the connective tissue, muscular tissue, and nervous tissue. So, these are the 4 main types of tissue, and you can see here in the picture too. Just a minute. Here in this picture, you can see this one is epithelial tissue, means this picture is depicting epithelial tissue. This is depicting connective tissue. See, the structure are being changed only. This is muscular tissue and this is nervous tissue. Okay, so let's first discuss epithelial tissue. In epithelial tissue, cells fit closely together. Minimum amount of intercellular substance. Okay, obviously if cells are fitting closely together means in epithelial tissue every cell is very close to the another cell. There is a very small gap, means almost negligible gap between two cells in epithelial tissue. You can see here in this picture, this is the texture of epithelial tissue. In this picture, you can see cells are fitted closely. There are a very negligible amount of intercellular space. Intercellular space means inter means between the cells. Inter means always between the two or more than two. And cellular means cells. So between cells, space is very less here. If between cell space is not there, then the substance filling that space is also very minimum. That is why minimum amount of intercellular substance is also found. Are you people getting me? Because I'm not seeing you all what you are doing, and I'm also just looking for my screen only. So if I'm asking questions or anything, then please answer me unmuting yourself, because the class should be two-way communication. Okay.
Clear, ma'am.
Mm, thank you. So the lower surface is bound by a basement membrane. Here in this picture, you can see there is a basement membrane at the bottom of epithelial tissue. Okay, so cells are fitted closely together, and there is minimum amount of intercellular space in between them, and there is a basement membrane in the bottom. Now, where could we found epithelial tissue in our body? In body coverings, body linings, and glandular organs. Body coverings means anybody?
Skin, ma'am.
Yes, very good. So, epithelial is seen in the superficial level of almost every organs. So, skin is the superficial level. Skin is the covering. In any covering, sorry, in any coverings of body or body linings, and glandular organs. Glandular organs means those organs which are glands. Gland means, do you know the meaning of gland? Anybody?
Yes, ma'am. No gland.
Yes, please repeat.
Yes, ma'am. We know gland that more glands inside our body, such as thyroid gland. More glands
Yes.
are in our body.
Okay, good. So, glands are mainly those organs which produce chemical uh, enzymes or chemical hormones. Okay, those organs are known as glands. Glands are having the quality of secreting some hormones or what we call or enzymes. Okay, so thyroid is a gland because thyroid gland is producing thyroid hormone. So all these glandular organs, in all these glandular organs, we can find this epithelial tissue. Now, what are the functions of epithelial tissue? Obviously, when we can found in the coverings, it will protect our organs. So protection is the first function.
Ma'am, body linings, ma'am.
Body linings means what we call like in intestines and uh,
Nerves.
in yes,
Nerves, ma'am. Nerves. Nerves. Nerve,
no, no,
nerve.
no, not now. Body lining actually, we can see that between two tissues. where line is being created. Okay, means when two tissues are meeting, or like body cavities, the line is being a line is being, or a line we can see, means when there is a cavity, that cavity is having the outer layer of that cavity, means oh, let me draw, then you will understand.
Did you set the intestine as an example for body lining?
Yes, we can say, just imagine that this is a sorry, this is a body part, and this one is a cavity in that body part. Okay, so this is the lining of body, means this portion we can say as a body lining. Okay,
Outer layer.
yes. So
Okay, ma'am.
Inner.
yes,
Ma'am, outer part is the
you,
lining or the inner part is the lining?
is inner part, outer part is the covering.
Oh,
Okay. Okay, so next function is absorption, filtration, and secretion. So what are the functions of epithelial tissue? Protection, absorption, filtration, and secretion. You got the meaning of these four terminologies? Absorption means absorbing the, like when we apply moisturizer in our skin, it absorbs, right? In intestines, the intestinal wall is absorbing the nutrients, right? So here we can found epithelial tissue. And filtration, obviously, when it is at the outer layer or covering of body, then obviously it will filter out the outer outer waste, or which is not good for our body, it will filter out by its own. And next is secretion. Obviously we can find this epithelial tissue in glandular cells, means in glands. So glands are made for secretions, so it will secrete. Next, types of epithelial tissue. Okay, so types of epithelial tissue are simple epithelia and compound epithelia. These are the two main types of epithelium tissue. Now, simple epithelia is further divided into squamous epithelium, cuboidal epithelium, columnar epithelium, ciliated epithelium, and pseudostratified. Okay, so these are the divisions of simple epithelium tissue. What we have learned today, that tissue are collection of cells. Now, cell are mainly of two types. Sorry, cell are mainly of four types. First is epithelium tissue. Now, This epithelium tissue is divided into mainly two types: simple epithelia, compound epithelia. Now, this simple epithelia is further divided into squamous, cuboidal, columnar, ciliated, pseudostratified. So, we can see here these divisions are on the basis of their shape, right? And same thing in case of compound epithelia. Compound epithelia is further divided into two: stratified and transitional. Now, stratified is further divided into squamous, cuboidal, columnar, columnar ciliated. Okay, so these are the divisions of epithelium tissue. Now, on the base of number of cell layer, there are two types of epithelium tissue. So, on the basis of number of layers, we can see simple epithelium tissue, that is one layer, stratified epithelium tissue, that is more than having stratified epithelium tissue is having more than one layer. Now, we will go for simple epithelium tissue. Till now, everything is clear. Any problem, any doubt?
Ma'am, you explain, ma'am, that after the division of compound epithelial tissue, what you said once again, you repeat, ma'am.
In this flowchart,
Simple epithelial tissue, we understood these are divided into again 5 types. Then compound epithelial tissue, from the compound epithelial, you should start.
compound epithelia is further divided into stratified and transitional. You can see in this flowchart. Can you see my screen?
Yes, ma'am. You can
Okay.
see, ma'am.
So, compound epithelia is further divided into stratified and transitional. So, this stratified is further divided into squamous, cuboidal, columnar, and columnar ciliated. Same, almost same as like simple epithelium. The divisions are almost same. So, what you did not get about this flowchart?
Ma'am, after division, one line, maybe 2 line, you said that thing we want to know.
What I have said, you can go for the recordings now because I have
Okay, ma'am.
forgot.
Okay, ma'am. That's okay.
And you can ask tomorrow if there is any doubt.
Okay, ma'am. No.
Okay. So, on the basis of cell layers, number of cell layers, simple epithelium is having one layer and stratified or compound epithelium is having more than one layer. So, this is the difference between simple and stratified epithelium. Here you can see the difference in picture. Simple epithelium is having just one basement membrane and one layer of cells. But in stratified, above the basement membrane, you can see three, four layers of cells. This is the main difference between simple and stratified epithelium tissue. Not main difference, major difference.
Yes, ma'am. That these things we want to know, ma'am. Got it,
Okay.
ma'am.
Okay. So now we will go for simple epithelial tissue. Is it becoming too much for you for in one day? Then you can stop me. When you feel that it's having too much for you, then you can stop me. Or if you give me permission to continue, then I will continue. Should I continue?
Continue.
Yes, thank you. So,
Yes, ma'am.
classification based on cell shape. Okay. So, in simple epithelium tissue, we will have the classifications. We have discussed in flowchart 2 that squamous epithelium. Squamous epithelium means it is flattened. You can see in this picture, this is the example of squamous epithelium that is flattened. Right? Now, next is cuboidal epithelium. It is clear from its terminology. Cuboidal means cube shaped. You can see in this picture, it is almost cube shaped. Columnar epithelium. It is column shaped. You can see here in this picture, it is almost column shaped. So, next is ciliated or lined by cilia. Do you know cilia? Anybody of you?
No, ma'am.
So, here, let me draw it properly. Okay. So, suppose this is a part of body and cilia are just like finger-like projection, like these hundreds and thousands of and crores of like these finger-like projections are found in some parts of body, like this finger-like projections are found. You will see later in the pictures of slides. Let me go for that. I think it will be better. Here, yes, this is cilia. This blue colored structure you can see, that is cilia. So these are finger-like projections. These are made for making the surface broader. Means in small intestine and in lungs and in fallopian tube, we can find this kind of structure in human body. So these are known as cilia in lungs. The similar kind of structure is known as cilia in lungs. A similar kind of structure you can find in small intestine that are known as villi, and in fallopian tube also. So I think you are getting the terminologies: fallopian tube, lungs, small intestine, right? Have I
Ma'am, I
lost?
got fallopian tube, ma'am. Except that lungs, those I know, but fallopian tube is like larynx and all.
No, no, no. Fallopian tube is the tube between ovary and uterus.
Okay, okay. Okay, ma'am. Clear, ma'am.
So you all know ovary and uterus?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So the tube between ovary, the tube connecting ovary and uterus is fallopian tube. And there also we can see the cilia. So these kind of structures are mainly there to increase the surface area, because in small intestine also we need to increase the surface area because of good absorption of nutrients. So come to the point. Ciliated, lined by cilia. So tissues lined by cilia is known as ciliated epithelium. Okay. Next is pseudostratified. Now, pseudo means false. Okay. Pseudo means false. And stratified means what we have learned about stratified.
Stratified have compound layer of the basement, more than one layer.
Yes, very good. So stratified means having more than one layer. So pseudo stratified. Pseudo means false and stratified means it will have layers. But what is meant by pseudo stratified together means it will assemble like this tissue is having more than one layer, but actually it is not having more than one layer. This is a part of single layer, but it will assemble like it is creating more than one layer. So it will assemble a false assumption because of its structure. Okay, but it is part of simple epithelium. So simple epithelium is always single layered, but sometimes single epithelium tissue assemble like they are having more layers, but actually they are not having more layers. They are part of single layer only. That is why pseudo stratified. Have you got the concept?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So we will clear the concept furthermore when we will reach to that pseudostratified. Now come to squamous epithelial tissue. Detail of squamous epithelial tissue. Single layer of flat cells. Obviously, it is part of simple epithelium, so it is single layered. And squamous means flat cells. So single layer, flat cells usually forms membranes. Okay, usually form the membranes of body. Membranes are found in various glands, various organs, and also skin is a type of membrane only. So usually squamous epithelial tissues are found in membranes, lines, and body cavities. It allows rapid change of substances. Okay, so it is allowing rapid change of substances. Main functions are protection and exchange. Obviously, when it is creating membrane or covering layer, so it will provide the protection and exchange process. Means exchange process means what should go inside the organ or inside the cell or inside the body, and what should come out, that will be decided by these membranes only. So protection and exchange process is the main function of squamous epithelial tissue. Here in this picture you can see the squamous epithelial tissue. It is flattened almost and single layered above the basement membrane. Now lines, lungs and capillaries. What do you mean by capillaries? You know, please answer fast. Don't waste time.
Capillaries are
Yeah,
the
ma'am.
hair-like structures in the lungs, ma'am.
No. It is not present only in lungs. Capillaries
Uh,
are the finer uh, composition or imposition of blood vessels. Means when blood vessels are further divided into um, minor and minor vessels, minute vessels, very very minute vessels. Means artery and veins are a bit thick, right? Their diameter a bit larger, so arteries and veins cannot reach to the minor parts of body. So but at any part you make a cut. I am not telling to make a cut in your body, please don't. I'll just suppose. So if you make a cut in any portion of body, blood will come out. But every portion of body is not containing artery and veins. So the miniatures of blood vessels, minute portions of blood vessels are found in everywhere in the body. Those are capillaries. Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So lines of lungs and capillaries are containing simple squamous tissue. Now, cuboidal epithelial tissue. This is also single layer, but it is cube shaped. That was flattened, now it is cube. Like a square where height of cell is equal to the width of cell. You can see in this picture that above the basement membrane, this is single layered um, cuboidal epithelium cell present, cuboidal epithelium tissue present. In this tissue, cells are cube shaped, in which width is almost similar to breadth of the cell. Main functions are absorption and secretion, common in glands and their ducts. Obviously, these are the parts of epithelium tissue only, and epithelium tissue is found in surface level. So almost they all are having similar kind of functions, almost similar kind of functions. So this cuboidal tissue also having function of absorption and secretion, common in glands and their ducts. Ducts means, do you know the terminology duct? Please answer fast. Now please don't answer in chat box. If you are answering, please unmute yourself because I can't see.
Ma'am, the dog small particles in the glands.
No,
Maybe.
no. At least you tried. Thank you. So ducts are not like that. Ducts are the tubes which are connecting gland to different parts of body. Or any, not only from glands. Ducts are mainly tubes. Like a tube, here you can see fallopian tube. This is ovary and this is uterus, and the tube connecting from ovary to uterus is fallopian tube. So like this we can found so many tubes in our body. Those are ducts. So in these ducts we can find simple cuboidal tissue. So forms the walls of kidney too. Simple cuboidal tissue is forming the wall of kidney tubules, covers the ovaries. So this is about cuboidal. Next is columnar. So I think we should stop here, right? It's almost 8.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Okay. So any doubt, any confusion?
No, ma'am.
Okay. So we should bind up the session with ending prayer. Sit comfortably, erect your spine, close your eyes, inhale deep and long and absorb all the content you have learned today. Exhale all your laziness, all your negativity. Inhale the morning freshness, fix those content in your brains. Feel that these are never being getting eliminated from your brain. And exhale all the toxins from body, all the toxins from mind. Now once again, deep inhale, inhale the positivity, exhale the negativity. Now adapt Namaskar Mudra in front of your chest. Inhale and start the prayer. Sarve bhavantu sukhinah. Sarve shantu niramaya. Sarve bhadrani pashyantu. Ma kaschit dukha bhag bhavet. Now rub your palms. Put those palms on your facial muscles. Feel the warmth. Feel the energy. And open your eyes with a smile. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.